Welcome, friends and foes, to the Woodlands Tigers stomping ground at Bear Branch, a fortified jungle where the Tigers have yet to see defeat as they go up against the number 3 AEGIS, I think is how it's pronounced, in the standings. Sure to be a great battle as these teams have met before. Mike, what are you looking forward to today?
Oh man, it's always fun playing. It's actually AEGIS, one of those two. I looked it up. I figured it was something, and it's actually Greek mythology. But either way, it's always fun playing them. It seems like they're the youngest over 35 team in the league.
Fair enough. Yeah, these are a very physical team, very fast, and we're going to look to counter that with a physical team of our own. With Joel bringing up the goal, obviously Pat and Jose, strong partnership in the back. Very solid. Myself bringing up that central midfield position, and Albert looking to start with Henning and John on the outside for some speed and technical ability, with Mike up top for that good hold-up play. Esteban, Jason, Fernando, Pedro on the bench as substitutions as we get the game underway. I believe it is AEGIS kickoff. Ball's going to come through the Pat quickly. Does well to mitigate some danger. It's going to be out for an AEGIS throw. Oh, sorry, Tigers throw. Mike does well to bring this under control. He's going to hold it up. Great vision here. Good movement from the Tigers. Chris on the ball in the center. He's going to take a shot. Not trouble the keeper, but it's good to get a ball on target to start the game off.
Yeah, AEGIS has one of the toughest keepers in the league. He's pretty athletic, quick to the ground, and pretty good distribution.
Joel just going to clear the danger here, as Mike's going to try to chase it down. Not going to get on the end of that. And a tackle in here from Chris, and a nice little touch to get by the charging AEGIS attacker. Calmly to Joel. Joel out to Pat. Lovely bit of play from the Tigers here. John going to sit on the ball and drop that to Pat. Tigers playing a nice defensive possession game right now. Trying to move as a team as John splits both Chris and Henning. Note that mistake for John, because he's not going to make a lot of those throughout the rest of this game, I would assume. Not that I've seen it before.
Right. John gets a well-deserved start here. He's been hustling all season, so happy Albert made that decision.
Absolutely. Been putting in work as Henning goes down here with a shot to the boys. Unfortunate for Henning. But I think this is a statement of intent from the man in yellow in the middle. He's going to let the guys play. That could have easily been called a foul, but he kind of let it go, and fair play to him. I think it was the right decision. So excited to see how the game goes.
Yeah, this is one of the youngest refs in the league. But he commands the field pretty well, so he's communicative and lets you know, like, hey, I'm not calling that. So
Pat here with a throw into Chris, who's going to drop it right back to Pat. He's just going to win the ball off here, put a dangerous ball in the center. John's there to sweep it out as Chris takes it down out of the air with a nice little chip through to Henning. He's going to drop it back again. It's going to come all the way back to Pat, who seems to be a fulcrum in the back here early in the match. John to Henning centrally. I think myself, back to Henning. Going to get dispossessed, and AEGIS have an attack chance here. But John, again, making a big defensive wall of himself to stop that counterattack. Mike putting in work to chase this guy down. and does well ultimately with Pat able to cut that out. And an odd pass here from the Tigers, going to put the ball in a dangerous position. Luckily, it's just going to bobble through to Joel, and he's going to hold on to that, let us regroup.
Yeah, I believe that's Joel's first save of the game. Surprisingly, he's actually been under barrage this season, already 17 saves on the season. So, and there's another one. So, he's been doing well for Tigers.
Yeah, he's a rock in the back there in the goal. Tigers moving the ball forward. Mike with a fantastic touch here to stop the ball. Out to Henning. Henning back to Chris. Chris going to look for the shot, but it's going to go into Mike. A nice little roll here. Maybe a bit lazy, but Henning's going to get onto it. Into myself. He's going to put a dangerous ball in, and John might get on the end of this. But the keeper does well to smother that. He was very athletic, very quick, and he's on the ball in seconds. If that ball's in the box, you got to get the shot off. Otherwise, he's going to be on you. This ball's going to come across, I believe, for a Tigers throw in their own left defensive corner. As Mike steps off the field for Pedro. Ball comes into Henning. Henning back to Pat, who's going to get it up centrally and out of danger. But it's going to come right back in. And you know what? Joel did well to keep that. I don't know if it was going in the goal, but you absolutely cannot risk that. Good quick feed from Joel. And Chris doing well here, myself, to snag that away from the guy after what felt like a sloppy pass from Jose. And we have the ball. Putting a cross in to Pedro. Pedro and the keeper are going to run for it. Keeper's going to lose out as Pedro comes back across and gets swept out like a dust bunny out of the kitchen. And that's going to earn a PK for the Tigers as Pedro will step up to take this. And it's not going to go in. Not a bad PK. A bit unfortunate. The keeper read that really early. I wish Pedro would have been able to see, but I can't judge him too hard as I've missed a PK in a similar fashion to this. So, unfortunate for that chance to go wanting for the Tigers. We're going to look to capitalize on Henning's throw here. Ball comes back to Jose in a dangerous area. He's going to try to play it through, but it's going to get snuffed out by Aegis, who's on the counterattack. Pat across to close. As Joel is able to scoop that up into safety. Ball into the center and myself, back to Jose, looking across to Henning. It's going to go out for a Tigers throw-in off a deflection. Ball in here, Chris, myself going to win this off and have a shot, but it's going to get blocked. And Jose, defensively, I'm not mad at that tackle. Probably stopped the quick break. Unfortunate to give up a foul, but it was probably the right decision.
It's one of those clever professional fouls that you don't get the yellow on. You just go in hard, make the guy fall with a true tackle. Even though you're out of position a little bit, ref can't give the yellow on that.
Yeah, absolutely not. Not enough in it. John doing fantastically here to win the ball off, get it back to Jose, and Jose is going to try to put this up to Pedro. It's going to be a little off the mark there. And myself with a nifty little touch in the middle to get the ball through to Pedro, who's ultimately going to get dragged back or clipped or something and give up a foul for a free kick. As I call him off of it, he looked like he wanted to take it quick. But as we know, on the Tigers team, any free kick is dangerous because I'll put it in the box somewhere. like this as the ball just kind of dribbles across off a deflection from Aegis defender. And it's going to go out for a corner. Short one here. Pedro on the ball. He's going to take a little slip there. Did well to get the ball off to Jose, but he's just going to cut that out. And Pat being a menace on defense, not letting that guy get some proper space, and is going to win us a throw-in. Jose on the ball. Into the middle. He's just going to cut it out, but Jose's also going to cut out their counterattack and play the ball up, getting it out of danger. A little miscommunication there in the back, it looks like, from Jose, who's going to give the Aegis the ball. Luckily, we're going to cut that out, but that was a dangerous opportunity just from an inability to read the situation from the Tigers. Chris putting in a block on what's honestly Aegis's danger man, number 2. I believe his name is PJ. Absolute ringer for the team. Gotta stop him at all costs.
Big time. He has a cannon attached to his hip. John coming off after putting in absolute work. He has an engine.
Pedro's going to get the ball here. Try to put Fernando through on goal. It's going to get cut out by Aegis as it comes back down into the Tigers' half. And Aegis kind of growing into the game, passing around the Tigers a bit, but Chris putting in a strong tackle to prevent that forward progress.
Chris is having an excellent game. Some say he might be a little bit underappreciated on the team with how much effort actually puts out.
Pedro going in for the ball here. Going to give up a foul. Unfortunate. It's unfortunate the number of times I say the word unfortunate. Aegis ball coming in. And it's dangerous. PJ's not going to get on the end of that for Aegis. That's a scary ball. Esteban here. Esteban came in for Pat. He's going to take the ball up here. Look to create some space. Trying to see through to Pedro. Going to get blocked off. Jason's going to have a go. Aegis going to cut it out. I jump in on a tackle here on PJ. Unfortunate for him to walk away with it. But it's going to come to nothing as it's shut down really quick.
Jason puts in an absolute great tackle there.
Oh, for sure. It's come to be expected from that man at this point. Pedro firing that one into me, and I'm going to take some studs to the ankle there. Y'all can go back and watch that frame by frame, but man, that hurt. That was, he got the ball, but he also got the ball of my ankle. Fernando going to get that out. Just trying to clear the danger. Myself through to Pedro, running the overlap. He's going to lay it off to me, and we'll have a shot here. That was a couple feet wide of the far post. Dangerous chance for the Tigers, and that's positive movement for the guys in green.
Yeah, the game's really been flowing Aegis' way last few minutes, but Tigers quick on the counter there, so get a really quick chance out of that.
Jose with a strong tackle there. As the ball comes through, and here's Joel. He's gonna put the pressure on the guy. He looked like he was going down before Joel even got there. He was asking for the foul. I don't think you're ever gonna get that one. It's gonna be a goal kick for the Tigers. Jose winning it off. Gonna come to myself. A nice little touch to control that centrally. unleash a shot, and Aegis keeper has to make a strong save, and it's going to go out for a Tigers throw. Dangerous opportunity for the man in the orange boots in the middle.
Great job from Chris there, bringing that down. You can hear
Jason putting a good ball in, and I'm going to come in on the back post and absolutely smother one into the far side, bottom corner of the net to put the Tigers up 1-0 over one of the most dangerous competitive teams in the division. Diving header from both sides of the team, both teams, and I'm happy to come out on top and stick that one in the back of the net for us.
Yeah, Aegis was wondering where the whistle was. I don't know which ref in the world would give that.
Not to cast any shade, but maybe the last ref of the last game. I might be a little biased, but not a quality ref. Mike does well to get that ball off. It's going to come through to Jason with great work ethic. Getting it here to Mike, showing well. That's a great ball into Fernando. Just drops it a little tight, but it's going to end up coming back. And wonderful movement from the Tigers here in the corner to keep this ball, maintain possession, and work it around. Good move from Mike, putting the ball into a dangerous area. Jason or Fernando should have read that as I make a turn here and have a go, but gonna scuff the shot. I really want to highlight that play between Mike, Fernando, and Jason specifically in this upper corner here.
Yeah, really good movement from the three of them. Great interplay. You know, Mike and Jason have been playing together for years, so typically know where each other are quite a bit. So
Aegis coming forward here, but Jose is going to shepherd that out for a throw. Looking down the line, Jason does well there to mitigate the danger as that ball was coming back towards the Tigers' net. Ball comes in for a throw from Aegis inside the box. Chris is going to get a toe to it. Jason does well to close down the shot, and Esteban does well to keep that ball from going out for an Aegis corner kick. Jason to Chris, Chris to myself, looking down the line to Mike. And we haven't mentioned it yet, but the wind today was out of this world. It was so strong, which is why you're seeing a lot of cuts in the camera, because the wind wasn't letting the camera rotate. Aegis here attacking.
yeah, you can see the wind there on Joel's towel in the goal. It's not a light towel either. It's blowing it.
Dangerous area, and Jose's just going to get that out as best he can. Mike's going to try to keep that in. But again, the wind's blowing towards the camera and towards our goal. So the odds of keeping that in were very low, as the ball was probably picking up speed. And here's their danger man coming inside. It's a good ball in, and it's going to go off the crossbar of the Tigers. Jose scrambling to get that ball out, and lucky to escape 1-0 after that moment.
Yeah, Jose just needs to put his foot through that and get it into the woods. He tried to bring it down there, not sure what he was thinking. Maybe he thought he had a little bit more time. I think Joel needs to communicate there and just scream, out.
Myself gonna clear this corner out for an Aegis throw. Ball comes in. Jason trying to defend two people. Esteban's gonna come in well here for a good defensive move. Mike dropping back, putting in work. and Chris just getting the ball out. I'll be honest, I was trying to wrap my foot around that and put it a little more down the field. It just didn't come off that way.
No, we're up. You were trying to send it in the next county so that way we can go to half.
Ball comes in, and it's a dangerous one from Aegis. And we're a little bit lucky to not have any truly dangerous options, and just a heavy touch from myself into the keeper. And with a keeper who's so quick off his line, that's not something you can do. We're going to win the ball back here. Try once to Mike. It's going to get cut out, but we're going to come right back to Mike here. He's going to try that through ball to Fernando. And again, the Aegis keeper just so quick off his line. He was able to cut that out. And it's going to come straight through to Joel. Good movement there from Jose, Joel, and Esteban to keep the ball. That ball across the field felt a little forced. And towards the end of the half here, we're going to give up an Aegis throw. A danger man here with the ball. Coming back across to the middle. It's into PJ. As no one closes him down, he's going to have a shot, and Joel makes a fantastic save to keep the game 1-0. What a stop from Joel.
Great save from Joel there right at the end of the half.
Tigers really need to close that down quickly to prevent him from causing any problems.
There's that shot we were talking about earlier from PJ. Got to force him out wide, force him to pass, get the ball off of him.
And at the end of the half, in Aegis corner, as it comes in, it's just going to go right out of bounds, as the ref will blow for halftime and point to the middle. On the day, 1 goal scored, and it's a great corner kick from Jason into myself for a diving header in the 6th minute of the match to put us up 1-0 against Aegis. Mike, what'd you see in that half?
Yeah, the Woodlands Tigers are clogging up the middle of the field. If we had a heat map technology in this league and on this team, you would see a lot of the sidelines pretty dark red from Aegis's possessions. That's playing right into the Woodlands Tigers game plan. So.
Yeah, I'm going to look to pursue the same type of activity from the opponent in the second half. It's going to be a tough rest of the game, though, as we've seen Aegis had a couple of really dangerous opportunities putting the ball in, going off the crossbar. Tigers are going to need to make some adjustments to prevent any goals, really.
Yeah, Aegis have scored in every game so far this season themselves, and their last 2 games have been ties, so it'll be an interesting approach to the second half from them.
John here on the outside. I'm going to win the ball off, get it back to Esteban. Esteban over to Pat. And up to Henning, who's going to have a rip. High and wide, maybe, but absolutely smoked that thing. It was cruising into those trees. It's going to be an Aegis goal kick from the keeper.
Yeah, Aegis has to watch out. Henning has a shot on him too, so they better close him down when they get the chance. The Tigers start this half with same way they started the game, other than their forward is Pedro and Jose taking a rare break in place of Pedro or Esteban.
Aegis here on the counter. Pat does well to snuff that one out, putting a strong body in. And we're on the move again as the ball comes through to Henning. And it's going to dribble just wide, as the keeper did well to close that down. He's quick off his line. He shut down the angle. Real bummer the Tigers didn't see that trickle into the back of the net.
You wanted to say unfortunately. There
I did. I wanted to say unfortunate so bad. Pat gonna snuff out the keeper's
touch from Pat there. Nice.
Yeah, immediate ball through to Pedro. Just didn't come off. Pat doing well here. Myself, a nice little turn and control out of the air. I'll give you a little introspection into my headspace. I thought Pat was running forward, and Pat thought I was looking to drop it back, and I just kicked it straight out of bounds for an Aegis throw. Lack of communication, lack of awareness on my part.
Feels like Tigers are playing a little bit differently here. Henning seems to be pushing up a lot further than their other midfielders, and Esteban seems to be dropping back further than their other defenders. So kind of lengthening the field.
Chris here starting a counterattack, getting down the line. Pedro putting in a great tackle on Chris to win the ball off. Aegis is going to take that and run with it back in the other direction. Tough to see exactly what's going on here, as we were having some camera difficulties from the wind. That was gale force. We had to tie weights to the tripod to keep it from falling over. That's how crazy the wind was. Pedro does well here to control the ball out of the back. Moving across into the middle into a dangerous spot, trying to get the ball to Fernando or John. Myself trying to put a dangerous ball into Henning. Just going to miss the mark by a little bit, but these are good signs from the Tigers offensively. He just quickly getting that ball out. Looking to play it through. But that ball is going to go out of bounds for a Tigers goal kick. Joel quickly over to Esteban.
Middle.
Esteban out to John. Down the line to Pedro. Looking for the little flick. It's not going to come off. And Aegis is going to win that right back. As we have a little time cut here due to camera difficulties. And Pedro with a sick little flick over the top and ball into the middle. And their keeper, again, just read the play so well to get in the way of that. He was absolutely keeping this team in the game. He just have a shot from long range. Not going to trouble Joel there. It's going to be a Tigers goal kick as he takes it quickly out to Pat.
Yeah, interesting decision from Aegis, tactical decision. They're not really pressing that goal kick very much. I'm not sure if that's a conscious decision or if they're just dropping back to get back on defense. But they are letting the Tigers play out.
Aegis is one of those teams that doesn't have a lot of very super technical players, so that sitting defensively and trying to hit on the counterattack using their physicality, they're a very fit team. It's worked for them this season so far to be sitting number 3 in the standings.
I think they made a deep playoff run last season too, so worked last season as well.
It also works well to sit deep and invite shots when your keeper's great.
Nice.
This ball is just going to dribble out of bounds off by his standards, disappointing touch from Esteban. I'm sure he would have wanted to do better. Ball going to come in here from Aegis. From a throw. Dangerous position.
That leg looked like it came up.
And the header's going to go over the crossbar. Based on Joel's positioning, I think he would have had it anyway. Oh, he did have it. He caught it. Yeah. And we are on the move. Myself looking to play Pedro through. Misread the run. Thought he was doing something different. He's just going to goes straight to Aegis' keeper again. Henning does well to shut this down. Maybe a little high up the field, but he needs some help. And he does well to slow Aegis down for the counter so we can regroup.
Yeah, sometimes when you're in a position where you can smother him, even if you're pretty high up the field, might as well take it when you get the chance. He just needs a little bit more help there. If he needs the other Tigers players to see that they have a chance to win it high.
Mike's going to step on here for Pedro in the striker position. Ball comes in centrally. I'm going to watch the guy down the line. He's going to make a run. But it's going to get snuffed out by the Tigers as PJ steps up. Myself on the outside, going to stuff a shot out for a corner. Dangerous position from Aegis. Definitely putting in work and looking a little more threatening this half than in the first.
Yeah, a bit of a slow build after that initial pressure into the Tigers' first half in the first half. But yeah, you get a corner here.
Roll in from Aegis. I believe that was... I think that was one of the Tigers who headed that out. It's going to be another Aegis corner from the other side.
Henning, pick up my man! Pick up my man! Whoever it is, pick him up!
Ball comes in. It's going to get headed out. Mike does well to control that ball and bring it forward. As Tigers on the move, we have Mike up here. Good tackle from the Aegis defender to get that off of him, as he was one-on-one with the keeper.
Yeah, Mike has to do better there. Maybe cut it back, put a foot on it, cut it back to Henning, something. But
John with some great defense there, linking up with Pat.
Great step from John there.
And a good ball in to Mike, holding it up. Nice little pullback. It's going to get snuffed out for the pass through to John, though.
Yeah, he has to release that quicker.
Aegis moves forward. Good ball across. Henning getting back and doing well to keep that danger settled. Ball's in from Aegis. Moving around the back here. It's going to come right down the center. Esteban does well, puts in a strong tackle as I'm going to take this ball forward. Half looking for Mike, half looking for a far post. It's going to drag it a bit wide. Disappointed with that opportunity. As we see a double sub here.
Yeah, you have to think that the Tigers, especially with this sub at this time, would have loved to have that last ball back. I think they would have bombed forward if they would have had this chance back.
Probably. Jason here with a great little touch to get into Esteban. Myself looking for the shot, making the keeper make a save. Not a bad shot, not a great shot, but it's on target. And he does well to smother that.
Tigers forward needs to put better pressure on that.
I think that's being a little hypercritical. Jason doing his defensive duties here. And a foul is going to be given up in a dangerous area for Aegis. And the way the game's been going, this is not a spot you want to give up a foul in.
Hey! Pick up 6! Watch back! Watch back!
You can see their danger man drifting, looking for that far post run.
Watch 6! Running onto the ball!
I'm just going to let this play out. Watch Fernando and myself trying to cover this up.
Push him away if you need to push him away.
Both of these guys need to be marking someone at all times.
Fernando, watch 6! Watch 6!
It's an in-swinger, left foot!
And Joel does so well to smother that, as that was a dangerous option coming in. Gonna clock that one as a save, absolutely. He's gonna release the ball quick up to Mike, who does well to touch away from pressure and hold on to the ball. Puts in a great ball through to Jason. Jason with a touch through to Mike on a first-time shot. An Aegis keeper closing down the option and making a great save on a first-time shot. Again, keeping this team to 1-0 and not allowing anything else in the back of the net. It's going to be a Tigers corner here from Fernando. Good ball in. Mike, unfortunate not to get more contact on that one, as Aegis will look to counter here. Down the line. And it's going to go out for a corner kick. Why I said corner kick like that, I don't know. And as we've seen, they can be dangerous on corners. They put good balls in, as this one comes right over the bar again.
Yeah, corners in this league are very tough. I believe that's a 7-foot goal. You gotta get over the ball to head that down, and high corners are tough.
Yeah, goals on corners are rare, and this game so far has been an anomaly. Esteban's going to clear this out on the goal kick. Aegis going to return that, put it back towards the top, and a foul is going to be given up in a really, really dangerous position for Aegis.
I'm not sure why Tigers are changing up goal kicks there. They've been having very good production, just playing it short with no pressure. Not sure why they felt the need to change things up in the back there.
Joel seemed confident with his releases lately. This ball is going to come in, and Joel is going to make an important stop here.
Great save from Joel there.
Maybe he wasn't able to see it until almost last minute. Did well to get his hands to it. We've given up a corner.
I think I saw that come off the wall too, so that was a late reaction save. So
this ball coming in from Aegis, and their danger man's going to rise to the occasion, get up and over, and it's 1-1.
I believe Joel told his front post man there to stay in the post. I'm not sure. Maybe he thought he could get the ball. Not sure why he came out there, but ball was placed well.
Maybe a goal that could have been mitigated. A great goal from Aegis, from their danger man, through traffic, through being marked.
Yeah, not taking away anything from the goal. They did well to get that in the net, in the back of the net.
And now we have a game on our hands, 1-1 in a top 3 Titan clash of the division. Aegis here working the ball out of the back. Coming back to the keeper.
Not sure why the Tigers are laying off here. Keeper can't touch that.
Keeper did make a mistake here, kicking the ball out for a throw. I wish the mistake, though, was kicking the ball into one of our feet and it going in the goal. Ball here to the middle. Aegis going to cut it out, but Jason doing well to win it off and getting it back to Pedro.
I like the idea from the Tigers there. Nice little give and go, just didn't come quite off. Not exactly on the same page there, but
yeah, you can tell there is still a learning curve to the new dynamic of the team. Everyone's still trying to figure out how each other plays and what each other likes to do. Tigers doing well here to snuff this out as Esteban comes down the far side. He's going to put the ball up into Pedro, looking for the cheeky Meg. It's not going to come off, but it is going to go out for a Tigers throw. Esteban Esteban over the ball. Going to throw it into me. I'm going to hit it right back to Esteban, who gets himself in a dangerous position with a shot. And it's going to go wide of the goal. But it's a great chance for the Tigers.
Esteban's very dangerous coming forward. There's been a couple times this season where he's put in some really good balls. In fact, he scored in the season opener. So
I think he hurt his ankle there, as Pat's going to step in for him. Not sure how legal that substitution was, but we don't need to talk about that. Fernando's going to let fly. It's going to get stuffed out for a Tigers throw. And we know Fernando can hit a shot. Ball in for Fernando. Into myself. Going to hold on to the ball. Get it back here to Jose. Jose into Jason with a really great turn here. And he's going to have a go. Force a save out of the keeper. Lovely touch from Jason. His ball handling this game has been great.
Ball handling, movement, defensive work, engine, all of it. Jason's been having an outstanding game here.
Aegis moving the ball down the line in the Tigers' half. Not really going to cause any trouble here. As the ball goes out for an Aegis corner. And this is going to come in, and there's a clash of heads here as their danger man PJ and myself smack into each other. You can see right here in slow motion. I'm kind of reading his eyes as the ball's coming in. I have a general idea where it's going, and I get my head to it first. Unfortunately, at the expense of my face, as you can see the blood dripping down the left side.
Not much loss there.
PJ's also going to come off the field there. And I just had to put my body on the line because you cannot let PJ get on the end of that, as he scored their one and only goal. And you know he's a danger out of the air.
Big time. Leaving blood on the field and scoring the only goal so far for the Tigers. I think Chris is a good shout for man of the match.
Fernando does well to keep this ball in. It's going to go through. Great looking ball through to Mike. He just does well to cut that out. That was dangerous. Henning on the trot to get this ball to the corner. You can see, well, you can't see me. I'm directly behind the post in the near side of the camera frame, wrapping pre-wrap around me as I was just gushing blood. That ball comes in, dangerous option. He just does well to get that out. And Fernando going to give up a quick counterattack foul, and this card is warranted, and you can tell no protestations from it. Protests?
Protest. No arguments there.
No arguments there.
Time is running out for either team to really make an advancement in the table.
Someone's going to have to make a move here. As we enter into what is likely the final moments of the second half. Joel's going to play this ball up. Tigers are going to end up getting on the end of it. Jose putting the ball back in. It's just ping pong at this point. Back and forth, just clearances in either direction. Jason's going to get this ball under control.
Looked kind of like a professional tennis rally, back and forth, back and forth. Jose's just all over the field for it.
Ball comes in, and it's going to be a corner for the Tigers. And this is likely the last kick of the game as we move into the 24th minute of the half, of a 22-and-a-half-minute half. You can see Joel coming up here, ready to put the ball in. It's
going to be a bit long, and that's going to end it. The Titans clash and end in a draw. 1 for the Woodlands Tigers, 1 for Aegis. With the solo goal coming from myself with Jason on the corner assisting.
Yeah, this was a great matchup between two top half of the table teams. That's another draw for Aegis, and another draw for the Woodlands Tigers.
You see the Woodlands Tigers drop to second place on goal differential alone by 1 goal. They've come up against top half of the table teams the entire season. These next few games will be bottom half of the table, so they'll be looking to move up. We have myself leading the goals on the season with 3. Joel, after this game, on the season with a 90% save rate and 1 clean sheet. Those are great stats as we add a few more people to the stat sheet.
Thanks for joining, and we will see you guys next time.